Republicans are doing everything they can to instill a king, which is the most anti-American thing you can do. Following the Boston Tea Party, the Brits passed what we know as the Intolerable Acts. Essentially, there were some laws that were created to instill fear in the crown and make sure that we never revolt again. Now, the first of the 5 acts was a monetary punishment. It was called the Boston Port Act. Essentially, what they did was shut down the port of Boston until we paid them back for all the tea we destroyed. Now, what this did was decimate Massachusetts' economy, but it also brought the rest of the colonies closer together. The second act went for our independent power structures. So what they did was pass the Massachusetts Government Act, which delegitimized the state government and gave more power back to the royal governor, who was a British pawn. And what they did from there was pretty much prohibit assembly or town halls, anything that would get people together in unity against them. The third act was called the Administration of Justice Act. We nicknamed it the Murder Act. What it did was target our right to defend ourselves in court. So they gave the ability of British officials to commit a crime in one colony and then be tried somewhere else, even back in Britain, which essentially gave them immunity to do what they wanted. The fourth act, which was called the Quartering Act, doesn't really need much explanation. We were forced to house and feed and take care of British troops upon their request. The fifth act, which we don't talk about much, is called the Quebec Act. Essentially, all it did was give more power and freedoms to British sympathizers up in Quebec. I hope that in hearing all this, you can kind of see the parallels. You see how history is kind of rhyming. Not only has the GOP delegitimized our free and fair election, but they've also tanked our economy. And they walked back numerous protections that the Constitution gave us. This terrorist Republican gang have done everything they can to make Donald Trump a king. He is the antithesis of everything America stands for, from its inception. But again, there are no kings in America, not in 1775, not in 2025, and not tomorrow.